So what is consecration? I wrote here that consecration is to dedicate something to God for his holy usage or purpose. To dedicate something unto God for his holy usage and purpose. So anything at all. It could be your money, it could be your time, it could be your strength, it could be your very life. You set it apart for God to use. In consecration, there's something we call the law of servitude. Romans 6:16. The law of what? Servitude. The law of servanthood. It says, know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto what? Righteousness. Are you here? The law of servitude. Whoever you submit to, whoever you decide to obey with your body, you are a servant to that. Did you hear me? So a servant of righteousness everywhere you go. You are in school, your workplace, your family, your community. You are a servant to what? Righteousness. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 14 to 15. For the love of Christ constraineth us. You say you love Christ. You say you love Jesus Christ, right? Oh, I can hear you. You love Jesus Christ. Then if you love Jesus Christ, his love will constrain you. According to this scripture, I say, for the love of Christ constraineth us, because we thus judge that if one died for all, then we're all dead. Do you understand? Next verse. And that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again. They which live should no longer live for themselves, but should live unto the one who died for us. Servitude. Servanthood. 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 When it comes to this servanthood, you give your life, you give your body, you give yourself. So the first object of consecration is your life. Remember, there are things you can consecrate unto God. Your very being, your human being. The body, physical body. Then your life itself. Your time. Your money. Certain relationships. Are you here? Relationships. Certain appetite. Your sleep. Modern day, your phone. If I touch phone right now, you insult me. Do you understand? These are just but a few of some of the things you can consecrate unto God. Are you here? So remember the first thing I said. I said the major object of consecration is what? Your life. Offer your life unto God, unto Christ. He died for us. And because he died for us, we no longer live for ourselves, but we live unto him. And Jesus demonstrated this thing for us. The ultimate of all consecration was what Jesus did on the cross. The greatest of all consecration was what Jesus did on the cross. If you read Psalm 118 verse 27, it talks about bind yourself. I say bind yourself. Bind your sacrifice to the altar with cords. It says, God is the Lord which had showed us light. That's not my emphasis. The part B says, bind the sacrifice with what? cords even onto the horns of the altar. You bind. So when Jesus was hanging on the cross, I like the song she sang. When Jesus was hanging on the cross, so beautiful lyrics. That whole song you sang is like a message. It's a preaching. I've not seen a song that long like that. Are you here? She was just talking to us. The songwriter, the song, whoever, just talking to us. Jesus bound himself onto the cross. It's not the nails that held him to the cross. He bound himself. It's not the soldiers that kept him on the cross. He did what? He bound himself to the cross. And consecration commences with what? Vows, oath, promises, covenant. It's a covenant. If you are in this room, you don't have any consecration, you don't have any covenant between you and your God. I pray that after today, it will be clear to you what you need to consecrate unto God. That's the essence of tonight. You understand? Because most of you here are anointed. You heard the prophecies and the thing that happened on Friday. Most of you are anointed, but it's just that one, you don't know. Number two, you understand? When Pastor Rich did it, you can, if you are spiritual, you understand. You understand? He says, bind the sacrifice with what? Cords. So Jesus was bound to the cross. Bound to the cross. Because of a vow, he gave a vow, or he made a vow to his Father in heaven that I'm coming to die for these people. That was a consecration he signed to. You can't be a Christian and not have any consecration. Something that binds you to the cross. Something that binds you to Jesus Christ. You should have something. Either your money, your time, your sleep, your food, your sex life, your friends, the relationships. Yes, the kind of food you eat. Are you here? You must offer something to God, and it's a vow. It becomes difficult sometimes to even keep it, but then you have to. It shouldn't be something cheapo. It should cost you, because look at Jesus. When they came, the day they came, he nearly dodged it, right? He says, let this cup pass me by, Onyayanka. But he had given his word. Some of you must decide how much offering you will give. Are you here? You bind yourself. We'll get there. I'm even going ahead of my message. This is bind the sacrifice with cords. So as I was saying, it is not the nails that held Jesus to the cross. It was a promise he gave to his Father. The promise he gave to his Father that held him to the cross.